All right, everybody, welcome to Reselling the Real Life, episode number 3. We've got Ian with us today. I don't know if too many of you know about Ian. So, Ian, why don't you just go ahead and tell us a little bit about yourself?
Yeah, well, hello everybody. Hope you're all having a wonderful evening here. And I hope my audio doesn't sound too bad. But yeah, so I am a local reseller like a lot of you guys. So I basically got into the reselling business by getting introduced to obviously the Gilman's videos, and that's kind of how this kind of lust for reselling has kind of built for me. So now I am an eBay seller and an Amazon seller, but as I have told Michael, I am now really trying to be exclusively an FBA seller, an Amazon seller. So that's kind of where I'm at. I mostly deal in used electronics as my niche, and I do that. I source from different places like pawning and thrifting and all that fun stuff. So I definitely am experienced when it comes to all the sourcing and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm just here to hang out. We're here to talk about Q4 and all that. I can't wait. So it's gonna be a lot of fun.
So how much stuff do you have in the Amazon warehouse right now?
Amazon warehouse, I have currently, when I just sent off another shipment actually last Monday, and that should last Monday. What am I saying? This Monday, and that is actually going quite fast. It should arrive by either Thursday or Friday, and by then I will have 185 items in FBA. But the thing is, I sell high ticket items, so it really doesn't matter how much volume I have. It matters, obviously the price of my items. So I'm not really much of a high volume seller, if you will.
Okay. Yeah, I've got a hair under 400 items in the warehouse right now, and I feel like that's not enough.
Yeah, especially for Q4, I wasn't very prepared. I am dealing a lot of used electronics, as I say, some new stuff, but I'm recently getting into the online arbitrage game, which is the reason why I'm just kind of transitioning. So it's kind of hard getting all that inventory. But my goal is to be at least 1,000 or 2,000 items by next year. I definitely want to set goals for myself so I can obviously achieve them. So, but 185, I know it's not a lot of items. It's kind of weak numbers, but we will get them up gradually as I continue expanding with my sourcing operations. So.
Yeah, I went to Walmart today to look for some more chocolate Pez, and it was there a few days ago. And of course, when you go and you look for it, it's not there.
Right.
Either some other reseller came along and bought the rest, or they moved it somewhere, or people are actually buying it to eat it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Chocolate Pez is, now that somebody decided to beat me on the price, and then since I did that video on how to do an Amazon FBA shipment, and then it just kept going down and down. It's like, okay, I'm just going to completely match the price at the lowest, and I only had to drop the price by like $1.11, and then they're just flying out the door. I can't keep it in stock. What I have there is going to be gone by the end of the week.
Yeah, but what you got there, like I say, and obviously it'd be great to do. You'd actually make a really good profit, I'm sure, if you bought like a lot of items like that. Like Pez is a great instance of an item, but if you really want to make some real money, what you got to do is you really got to buy into different niches. I think you told me you were making about $1 a piece from them after all fees and stuff like that.
Well, now,
yeah,
it'd be better, but.
The problem is with I don't like those kind of items personally. For me, I don't obstruct anybody's business model if they like it like that. I'm sure tons of people make a lot of money doing that. But personally, if it drops under $5 to $10 for me, I usually don't go for it. Items I like to source.
When I was still getting new at Amazon, and they were selling fast at first, so I didn't mind buying them. But then after a while, people were undercutting me, and it's like, okay, do I want to? Do I not? And then it's like, now they're just literally flying out so fast. It's crazy.
Right.
For holidays, so I might as well just go ahead and buy it just to get it out and get that quick extra buck.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you sell 20 of them, that's $20 after fees and everything. That's pretty good. I'm not going to hate on that, obviously.
I sold mine last week.
Hey, there you go. I mean, hey, the thing is though, is you want to find obviously products to also more products so you can kind of build that volume. See, because when you're working with arbitrage, and I love arbitrage. Arbitrage is a really, really great business model. If you have $1,000 to make $1,500 on, because that's how it works, right? You're really trying to get 3 times your money, or heck, I even go 2 times my money sometimes. I'll even double my money and still make money. I don't go by the 3 times rule. Generally, usually with bigger items. Arbitrage, though, the beauty of it is in trying to find products that are not listed, and also bundles. Bundles are huge with Amazon Amazon FBA. I have friends that do bundles, and they advertise them with the pay-per-click service on Amazon and everything, and they are making tons of money just off bundles. So, I mean, but my ultimate goal is to raise enough funds to obviously have a private labeling product, because that's really the end goal, right? Because then you can just order from a Chinese supplier. They'll stamp your brand on there. Heck, you can even automate it to the point of where they can just send it directly to Amazon themselves, and you don't even have to touch the product. I mean, that'd be perfect. But I mean, that's the beauty of this business. You can be as hands-on or hands-off as you want to be. You just have to build it so that fits your lifestyle. It's so great.
Yeah, or even do what Jeff Davidson is doing. I don't know where he got his machine or if he just bought it with the intent of it, but he's doing these window decals, and now he's doing the wall decals. Oh my God, he's moving those things so fast. He doesn't have time to go out and thrift.
Right. It seems when you have your own products, you do really, really well.
Yeah.
Yeah. People just love that kind of stuff. I don't know why. I've heard the craziest bundles being put together too, especially. I think we had some guy in a chat last time talking about how he had like these little St. Patrick's Day bundles or whatever. I'm personally getting ready for the Valentine's bundles. Those are going to be huge, and this is the right time to do it. Q4 and everything, and I mean, you can make just a ton of money whenever big holidays are coming around. It's a really good idea to just put bundles together. Christmas bundles, I mean, freaking Thanksgiving bundles are great. Valentine's bundles. Just be sure to get them, a couple months ahead of time so that you can, you're well prepared. Obviously. Oh, I like that sound.
Yeah.
That sound means money's being made. Gosh, I think I sold one eBay item today. Like I said, I'm scaling down my eBay business, so I don't really worry about it. I'm only using eBay for really arbitrage right now. So, which that's going well. It's just like eBay doing arbitrage though. Like it's like I really don't want to look at my bank account right now, because I know it's like it looks like a horror scene because I'm spending so much money. I mean, I know I'm making money too. That's the important thing. But man, it hurts. It hurts. I think I went from like 2,000 down to about 5. I think I'm at like 600 now. It's bad, but I know all that. I'm going to easily triple that money in just a couple weeks once I get my Amazon check. I've already got my balance on Amazon is already $1,000, which is the most it's ever been. So I'm trying to hit this thing as hard as I can. It just goes to show, if you put your mind to it, man, I mean, you can accomplish anything really. I mean, you just got to find the right sales channel. You just got to find the right niche. I mean, I know people that, if you're a part of a Amazon FBA beast, they're a huge community of awesome people. And they've got, these guys literally take arbitrage to the next level. This guy the other day, he had like 28 boxes he sent off to FBA. It was like $7,000 into $24,000 he was making, or $28,000.
Nice. He
quadrupled his money. I wasn't sure if he's doing wholesale or not, but he said arbitrage. So, I mean, I have to take his word for it. But I mean, that's some pretty good stuff. But I mean, I like arbitrage now. I'm not doing it really as a business model right now until I really get some capital. I'm putting my money into things that have better margins than arbitrage. But arbitrage is really great. Anybody can get into it, really. But once you start to figure out other sales channels like online arbitrage, it's just great because you can just sit on your butt. I love sitting on my butt, just drinking down a cup of coffee, and I've already bought 3 items and flipped $100 into $400 on it. So it's honestly great. You just got to know the products to flip, really. There's millions and millions of products you can do, and millions of products that have a lot of potential. But you just got to know, what products are good and everything. And I just flipped them on FBA. So
yeah, when you get to your new play set up, you're gonna have to do a video of how to do online arbitrage. See, when you get
oh
in,
my God,
this is what happens. You say hi to the world. Okay.
oh my gosh, kitty cat. I love
Yep.
kitties. Kitties are cute.
Decided fine.
No, I'm getting a lot of calculators though. Calculators are huge. A lot of Texas Instrument bundles. Because like average, I think the biggest deal I got on a calculator, I got a TI Inspire, which is like the digital calculators that they got, and I found that at Goodwill for I think it was like $15 or something like that, and they go for like $80 FBA. So that was a good flip. But calculators are great because you can just bubble wrap them up, give them one turn with a wrap, the cling wrap, put a label on them, and you're good to go. It's so easy. It's so small. I love dealing with small products. It's so easy. Because heavy products, dude, I paid like freaking $13 for like $13 a box for like 250 pounds of stuff going to UPS. It was only 100 items, and it was about $13 a box, and there were about 6 boxes I sent off. And it was just crazy heavy items. But I know I'm gonna make money on them. But it's just I think the beauty of FBA is really in small items, not really big items.
Yes and no.
Oh yeah. I mean,
some coffee makers at Walmart. I don't even remember what it was. For $50 a piece, I got 2 of them, and I sent them into Amazon, and they sold for $150 within a day. So sometimes you just never know.
oh yeah. Also, make sure everybody who's on here, if you sell on Amazon, watch out for stranded listings. Stranded listings are, if you want to know why you have no sales, it's probably because of stranded listings. Check them out, because for weeks, I had sent in an Amazon shipment with a lot of attractive products, and I had 0 sales, 0 sales, 0 sales, 0 sales. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Come to find out, Amazon has stranded most of my listings. And I was like, what the heck? Yeah, so I had to go back in there one by one and redo whatever. I had to go in there and make sure everything was good. And then everything's spick and spam now, and I think I still have some stranded listings in there now. I don't know why. Amazon, fix your crap, but it's yeah.
It's like they got stranded on the way to the warehouse, and I had to call them up. It's like, I just made the listing and I sent the shipment in. It's stranded before it even hit the warehouse.
Right.
What happened?
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, I love Amazon though. Honestly, Amazon, there's a lot of back and forth. You got to deal with a lot of crap. Honestly, me personally, I'm just getting real sick of a lot of the crap that's going on. I have sent in DVD player, CD player after CD player, CD player, and every Pioneer compact disc single CD player I send in always comes back to me. Always.
Yeah.
Always get a return on it. And it always works fine when I get it back.
I have issues with Pioneer also. I almost don't pick them up anymore. Because every time I see them, they work while I'm testing it. I ship it off. The person gets it. Hey, this thing doesn't work. It's broken. It's like, send it back. After a while, it's, don't even worry about sending it back. Here's your money back. I just stop playing with it.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to try one more time because, honestly, if you do these things really, really well, shoot, I got a Pioneer PD M552 6-disc player, and right now it's going for about $185 on Amazon. I picked it up for $5. Like, that's pretty good. It was going for more than what I originally sold this one for on Amazon FBA. It was going for like $100, and now it's up to $185. So, it's what you want to do, really. I mean, I think I'm going to try it merchant fulfilled. I'm going to test them again, and they work fine, I'm sure. But even my DVD players and everything, honestly, I'm thinking Amazon is probably better. I've never had one new product come back to me at all. Never had a problem with that on Amazon. Always the used products.
I've had new items come back to Amazon, and then they get destroyed by customer because, of course, they opened it. It's like, I know it was good because I actually went and I bought it at like Target or Walmart. It's like, come on.
Right.
But I mean, Amazon paid me back because it was customer destroyed.
Of course. I hope they would.
They don't most of the time anymore, but they used to.
But to be completely and utterly honest, now I've gotten so used to FBA. I almost dread it when I get an item sold on eBay because it's just like, it's not even bringing me that much profit, honestly. I'd rather just have FBA where it just does it for me.
Yeah, I still do better with eBay. Most of my sales come through eBay.
No, that's fine. That's your business model, dude. I respect it. I know people that make hundreds of thousands of dollars on eBay, and I totally respect that. I just personally, with how I'm structuring my business, it just works. Wow, it's actually really bad. Yeah, you need to get your headset. I mean, for instance, I've got a DVD thing right here. It goes on average, it goes for about $20 on eBay, and it's been sitting there for weeks. But when I send it in, I sent it into FBA, and that thing sold for I think like $50 or something like that. So even if, Amazon does take, I know I get this all the time. Amazon takes 30 or 40% of the profits, bro. They're doing 80% of the work. I would gladly, think about it. It's like hiring your own employee, And plus, more customers are going to end up buying from you because they get the fast prime shipping and everything, and plus, other benefits that go with Amazon. It just makes sense. It just really makes sense to do that. And some people like the merchant fulfilled camp. I know there's somebody in thrifting like a Rebel that really likes doing merchant fulfilled, and that's fine. Merchant fulfilled is still great. Amazon, if you do something merchant fulfilled, it's going to get 2 times as many viewers statistically as it would on eBay.
Yeah.
So that's,
you got to make sure that you're calculating how much it'll cost to ship just about anywhere, because Amazon will give you a set amount. Like I have a combo player right now. Amazon is only going to give me $5 credit for shipping. Well, I know it's going to cost more than $5 to ship.
But the thing is, if you actually look at the combo player, the Amazon fees are probably really low on it too. I just sold a VHS player. I just sold a Toshiba CD DVD thing for $80, and my fees on Amazon were literally only $6 for an $80 thing. That wasn't even 10%, and that was merchant fulfilled, of course. But and the shipping credit was I think it was like $15 or something like that, and it only cost me about $22 to send it off. So I'll eat $7. I'm still in profit on the thing, so I'm not worried. But that's why merchant fulfilled's great and everything, but I'd still just rather just send it in and forget it. Assuming, obviously not with big products and stuff like that. I'm stepping away from VHS players and combo players and stuff like that. There's still a lot of money to be made, honestly. But I just got one back today. It's got a broken lip on it and everything. I sent that thing in. It was like new, beautifully working, remote and everything. Came back 2 weeks later, broken lip and everything. Amazon packaged it awful. It was just shaking around in the box. I could hear rattling. I'm like, this thing's a goner. I'm not even going to test it. I just threw it in my scrap heap because, there's nothing else you can do. Amazon, you can call Amazon and try to get them on it, but they never do. Or if they do, you got to call back 8 million times. Like you were saying.
When I had one item that they basically got destroyed, I was on top of calling them, sure what's going on with this, because if it is destroyed, I want it back. And it turned out it was damaged in shipping to the customer, and I kept calling back and calling back and calling back, being like, okay, where is this thing? It's been 45 days. Where is it? And they're like, well, it turned out it was destroyed in shipping, but we lost it. So we're going to go ahead and pay you for it. It's like, how do you lose it? Really?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm not even surprised by that. They lost a $250 CD thing recorder, and I have still yet to call them about it, because Amazon's got great customer service, but whenever you tell them whenever you try to get them on something that they messed up on or something like that, they hate that. They will make it a living, excuse my French, they'll make it a pain in the ass to try to get your money back.
I will go out of my way, because that thing was a $130 VCR.
Well, yeah, and I just
told them I paid more for the remote than I paid for that VCR, and they were confused about that. It's like, you really don't want to know the story of how that one happened.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a pain in the ass.
Oh yeah, and that's the one thing I hate about online arbitrage, because you're still paying a lot for items. Like, I'll pay $30 for an item I'm going to sell for $100, and that's still a good profit margin. But if it gets returned, I mean, broken, I lost $30. Yep. So I mean, yes, with the amount I'm putting out, well, the amount I'm getting back in and the amount I'm putting out, obviously the amount I'm getting back in is obviously greater. So I'm not worried about that, if a purchase gets returned or not. But I mean, that's why I'm focusing mostly on new products, because I mean, new products are way less likely to get returned to you, in my opinion, at least. Because, I mean, people have a new thing. Most of them think they can't return a new item once they open it. Some will do that, but most don't think they can. I mean, I've had buyers contact me and say, oh, I can't return it because I opened it, sorry. And I just stick with it, because I'm like, I don't want you to return it. So, yeah, you can't return it, sure. But, of course, you can. But, I mean, you don't tell them that, obviously. But
there are horror stories of people returning stuff to Amazon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God, I've seen somebody had a whole bunch of tablets. Somebody bought a tablet, sent it back, saying it didn't work, and the guy was like, let me check and see what's wrong with this. They tore the thing apart, ripped the screen off, put their broken, cracked screen on the tablet that he had, and they just kept the screen. It's like,
wow. These guys they will stop at nothing. Like, yep. I've seen some crafty crap. This guy I know, and I know this happened. I mean, but like, yeah, I've had people throw their broken Senseos in there. Yeah, I know I showed you one Senseo that I got back. I got another Senseo back from Amazon. I mean, $120, coffee maker. I mean, potentially, but they sent back their own thing, and I mean, I compared serial numbers to what I had, because I record my serial numbers on my items, and it was different serial numbers and everything. I'm like, this has got to be the same, this has got to be different, because I remember certain minor defects and everything. But you know what I realized, Michael, is that I've had a ton of items sell before. I've had about, the most I've ever had in a month is about $45,000 in sales. I can't remember. I think it was probably around $4,000 or $5,000 in sales. And I had a couple returns, sure, but I didn't think about those returns, because I was already making, I mean, with all the money I was making from a lot of the other items, it didn't bother me. It only bothers me when I didn't have a lot of sales coming in that I got a return, because then it started to affect me a lot more, because that felt a lot closer. So I think the more sales you have, the less returns affect you. Like, I know when I get a return, I know it sounds odd and everything, but I get stomach aches. I feel just awful, because I'm like, oh gosh. One, they ruined my seller ranking, obviously. Two, obviously, that's money that I have probably already invested in something else by now that I have to give back. So yep. I mean, now that's something that happens. I mean, it's just not a good thing. And honestly, I hate getting messages from buyers, because I always think it's my buyers that I sold items, and they're like, oh, I need a return because it's broken or whatever. it's a pain in the butt. But you just gotta. I mean, if you know, it's all about how you structure your business.
Yep.
I mean, you can get it to a point where returns will not bother you at all. If you want to make your business like that, honestly, that's what I'm trying to do. I want to be like I felt a couple months ago when I had $4,000, $5,000 coming in a month, because I mean, honestly, those returns didn't affect me. It was a couple returns, sure, and of course, no one likes returns, but I was already making so much profit that I was like, I don't care about these returns. I'm already making all this money, like. So I think if you get, if you have enough, if you make enough money and stuff like that in a certain month, it just gets to a point where returns are just like, oh, okay, whatever. It's only the shitty days when you have, shitty months when you have like, $5,000 to $1,000 a month coming in. And then you're like, oh, I don't want to return this $100 VCR that's sent out. It's just a pain. Then you got to pay for the return shipping and the original shipping and everything. It's just a pain. Who wants to deal with that? No one wants to deal with that.
Yeah.
That's at least what I think about it. But I'm just removing a bunch of eBay listings right now. I'm about to go send into FBA because I'm just gonna bulk list a bunch of stuff into FBA just to get it out of here, because I got the realtor is gonna be here I think next week. So my loft looks like it looks like a hellhole right now. It looks like, oh, it's awful. It is awful. I mean, it's so bad that they're going to come fix my AC in here the other day. And literally the air conditioner guy said for safety reasons, he could not enter my loft because it was so dangerous. I had boxes everywhere. It was just after an FBA shipment too. So there were boxes everywhere. And he's like, bro, this is a risk. I could fall and hit my head or something like that. You're going to need to clean this up before I can come back. And I'm just like, you're a reseller when?
Yeah.
When the AC guy can't even get into your room because you got so much shit everywhere.
Oh, yeah.
Like, yeah. So, I mean, and plus, it's just getting too crazy to deal with, honestly, with all this stuff. I really want my loft back, honestly. I mean, hi, Meredith.
Hi.
Yeah, you should see my office space right now.
Oh.
I've got those hero clicks everywhere. I've got kitchen appliance parts, and my wife is stealing my bubble wrap.
I need to package this up and meet up with Ellen at some point tomorrow so I can get this to her for the donation.
Okay.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, I spent like $100 on shipping supplies this week. It was crazy. I mean, I know I shouldn't be spending that much, but I spend it pretty well.
What are you buying?
Okay, so here's what I buy. I'll pull up the eBay buying list now. So I buy certain things off eBay and I buy certain things off at Home Depot or Lowe's because I find things just to be cheaper there. Bubble wrap I always buy in Home Depot because I always get a better value. It's like $20 for a huge roll, and it usually takes me about a month to run out of that. Excuse me. Paper. Packing paper. I get the craft paper at Home Depot. I get 2 rolls of that. That'll last you forever. I mean, it's almost like end rolls that you get at a newspaper factory, but they're about $10 at Lowe's. I keep saying Home Depot and Lowe's. Sorry, guys. I go to Home Depot sometimes. I mainly go to Lowe's. So if I say Home Depot, I mean Lowe's. But Lowe's, they got this craft paper thing. It's a carpenter paper, I think it's called. I don't know. I think it's like 140 feet or something. It's a big old roll like the Gilmans use, and it's about $10. But I mean, that stuff will last you a while, especially when you're selling flat rate. When you're shipping flat rate packages, it's just really, really helpful. Because paper is a lot cheaper than bubble wrap, and it goes a lot longer of a way. And then as far as let me see, purchase history, clear poly bags. Those are $12. And of course, I need those because I ship some beauty products out just to help with that extra volume. And then high quality. This is a set labels, of course. I got a carton resizer, of course, because that makes sense.
Yeah. I love that thing. It helps.
Oh yeah.
Also
It's
helps
funny.
make those boxes look a little bit more professional.
Well, yeah, because I usually tear the crap out of boxes when I'm trying to get them smaller. And UPS, the lady at UPS always bitches at me for it.
Get one of those.
Yeah, I need to get one of those. the lady at UPS always gets mad at me for it because she's like, oh, it's gonna get caught in the rollers and it's gonna break apart. I'm like, lady, I've been doing this for 8 million years and I never have a problem. Honestly, I've had crap that would easily get stuck in the rollers has never gotten stuck in the rollers. You're just going crazy. So
especially once you get moved, keep an eye out on Craigslist or go to auto shops that order items and have them shipped to them, because sometimes they have a whole bunch of bubble wrap left over. Used to look on Craigslist. I made a video about it. I get my bubble wrap for free, and the paper. Have your mom save the newspaper paper from the mail, because I've got a milk crate full of that stuff.
Right. I don't like using newspaper, honestly, because I live in Florida. It usually gets sometimes to be about 100 degrees, on some days, and it's very humid. So if the ink from that paper gets on my items, which it has before, buyers are not very happy.
Cover the item in bubble wrap, your new bubble wrap, and then packing paper, the rest of it.
Yeah, or just wrap it in cling wrap. That's a good idea. I mean, I don't mind buying paper though. Honestly, it just makes it look a lot professional. I mean, that's my thing, and I don't worry about that.
Costs low.
Yeah, that makes sense. It does. I mean, I don't mind buying newsprint though, because I had tons of boxes of newsprint that I got from a lady. It took me about maybe 2 or 3 weeks to get through it all. So I'm buying 50 pounds from eBay for $40, but usually I get the rolls from Home Depot. I'm gonna see which one's better. Should I go the eBay route or should I go the Lowe's route? At Lowe's today, I got boxes, though. I got big boxes because I only ship my FBA products in new boxes. Using used boxes, I get mine from Old Navy, and they're pretty reliable. They're double wall and everything. But I have been talking to some people in the FBA beast, and they told me that they have a problem with them, and they almost never have problems with new boxes. So I just go new boxes. If I'm going to buy – let me tell you something. Because if I'm going to buy a $180 camera from a pawn shop that goes for $500, obviously like the Vixie I was talking about a couple weeks ago, I'm not going to ship it in a crappy box where it's going to get destroyed. Even if I put that camera inside of a box itself and put a box around that, I don't trust FBA if you can't tell. But I need to know that it's going to get there okay. And the only way I know it's going to get there okay if it's in a sturdy, good new box with good packing material. It's like 69 cents for It's 69 cents at Lowe's for a small box, and like I think the most expensive is probably like $3 for a box, probably. And that's, if the Gilmans were watching, they'd be cringing right now. But $3 for a box at Lowe's, but that $3 is going to go a long way, because I'd rather spend $3 than waste $180 when my camera gets trashed because it's getting destroyed by UPS. UPS is the worst carrier in the world in terms of reliability, because I have had so many claims filed because I don't know what they do to packages. I will literally pack packages to the point where it would be impossible for God to break it, and they'll find a way to break it. I just don't know.
Oh, to answer your question, Thrift School, no, I have not sold the Contra sweater. I've actually declined some best offers on it, but that thing, I am the only person who has one. And so if anybody wants one, they have to come to me. And it's Contra. It's driving traffic to my store. I just love that one. It's like I've got so many watchers on that thing. I think I'm up to 9 watchers right now. All you have to do is just go into eBay and type in Contra ugly Christmas sweater, and it'll pop right up.
Yeah, you got that Caliphone radio too, man. I mean, that thing.
Yeah.
I'm waiting for that to go.
Actually, I keep getting questions on. Where is it? I have a stereo, an older stereo, that is my most watched item, or at least most viewed item. I think it was up to like 600 views the other day.
Oh yeah, I think I see it. You got 5% off on everything.
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
Got AWA 3 CD player, cassette player. I keep getting questions about that thing. I keep having people. I've had people lowball me, and at this point, if they give me another one of those, then I'll take it. But I keep $50 offers on it.
Honestly, even if you made like 10, 20 bucks off of it, you're still in profit, dude. Honestly, just to get it out of your house. That's what I'm doing. I'm thinking about literally just putting up all my VHSs that I got for FBA, and I mean, because I have about one or two selling a week, which is pretty good, merchant fulfilled. But honestly, I'm just really thinking about just throwing them up all of them on eBay for $5. I mean, because I just want to get them out of here. I just don't want them anymore. Because it's VHSs. I'd say my biggest my biggest buyer is schools. A lot of schools buy them for some reason. I don't know.
I'll be right back. I gotta get more coffee.
No, get more coffee.
I can still hear you.
No, I got you. But yeah, I'm just saying I'm probably not going to keep going with that for too long. But yeah, I mean, it's just when you have small items just to send into FBA, it's just a lot better, man. I mean, you don't have to worry about storage in your house, really. I mean, temporarily you do, but you really don't have to worry about storage. It's you just send it off to Amazon and forget about it. And I'm just sitting I'm sleeping and I'm making money. I mean, it's the best job in the world. I've literally made $200 a night before. It's great. So that's what I love about Amazon. You don't have to you have to get pestered with packing things up and sending it off like you would eBay or something. It's just really great. And a lot of the things that sell on eBay.
And I had like $400 from Amazon. I'm like, okay, what the hell just sold? That was enough to get me up and moving at 8 a.m.
Oh yeah. I mean, I'm just waiting because I sent in another shipment. Like I call it the shipment high. Like 3 days after you send in a shipment, you're getting all these sales and everything. My shipment high I got was I did 1462 in 1 week. I can't show you because it's not my stupid Nexus phone. Hold on. 1462 in 1 week. And did I tell you about the bet that me and Michael have? So I told him I want to make $2,500 in sales in the month of November, and if I don't do it, I'm going to pay him $20 on PayPal. Guys, you really need to set goals like this if you want to get anywhere in your business, because if you don't, you're just going to get so comfortable where you're at. So I think this is a motivation. Like if I feel the pain of losing $20, versus the, wanting to strive and, prove to myself, yeah, I can make $2,500 in a month. That's nothing to some people on Amazon. They make $2,500 in a day. See David Gilman. But, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, goals are an important thing, and this is nothing about this. I'm starting to realize this hangout has nothing to do with Q4. So we should get on that before I start ranting about goals and stuff. But I mean, goals tie into Q4 a lot. You really need to have goals set for yourself and everything. But mostly with Q4, it's about preparedness. If Q4 sneaks up like a bandit in the dark, man, honestly, I wasn't even prepared for it, honestly. Because I'm a student full time as well, so it's like before I know it, I get done with my freaking math test, and Q4 is already here. It's already October 1st. Oh gosh, I haven't even sent anything in. Yay. But I mean, yeah. How's your Q4 been doing though? What's your week total on Amazon?
My week with Amazon, I broke 300 last week. As of right now, I think I'm at like $25
for this week.
That's
not bad. It's
It's Amazon. It doesn't do much for me.
Within a year, I love David Koziel. Shout out to David Koziel if you guys listen to him. He was once an arbitrager, once an eBayer, but he's now into Kindle publishing. I say Kindle publishing like a cult because I think it's like a cult because I don't know how to do it at all. They're in their own little world when you talk to Kindle publishing people. You're like you try to talk about arbitrage with them or whatever, and then they're like, oh yeah, that's cool, but Kindle publishing is so much better, and it's like, oh god, I don't care about it.
Talking about chocolate Pez, somebody just bought 2 of them off of me.
There you go.
I've got 1 left at the warehouse. That'll be gone by tomorrow at this rate.
Yeah, thrift school. By the way, I think I've checked out your videos. Nice videos, by the way, man. I think I've stumbled across some of your videos. Yeah, shout out to thrift school. I'm a student full time. I will be going to community college next year, hopefully. That's my plan, really. I hope to major in business, which would be really, really cool. But I honestly just want to get through school right now, because if my business is excelling the way it is right now, with Amazon and everything, dude, I won't even have to worry about a business degree, honestly. And that's my goal, because, I hear a lot of students doing this business, and it's really, really great. But I'm like, why not make it a business though? Why just do it as something on the side just to make money during college or whatever? Why not make it your full-time business? It's possible if you put your mind to it. Excuse me.
When you go to school and you're going to school for business, and you finally decide, I can't keep doing school because I'm making so much money.
That's totally going to happen. I know it's going to happen to me, which is why I'm...
Tell your teachers that. Tell your professors that you can't afford to do this, to keep going to school like this. And they're like, well, we have these programs for you. It's like, I don't think you understand. I'm already making too much money. It's like, I get those phone calls of, hey, you want to go back to school? It's like, no, I can't afford to go back to school. Oh, we have all these programs that you don't have to pay. It's like, I don't think you understand. I already make more than any of these teachers can teach me to go get a job and make so much money. It's like, that can't happen unless you're talking about me making like a really decent 6-figure income. Like, yeah, no.
Yeah.
And working for myself from home is actually worth more to me than going out and working for somebody else.
Right. And this business is really, really, it's an amazing business. I think because people never take e-commerce seriously when I tell them I sell. Whenever I tell somebody I sell online, they always think, oh, eBay, Amazon, that's funny. Yeah, eBay, they always kind of look at me kind of like jokingly, because I say I run my own business. I'm very open about it. But all of them, every time they're just like, oh, you run an eBay business. You don't actually own a business. And I'm like, oh, you did not just say that. You did not just say that. Are you kidding me?
When they really try to push that, it's like, okay, well, I made this much money last year. What about you?
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And and some of them don't believe you. Or some of them will just say, oh, well, it's still not a legitimate business. If you can, literally, if I want to, I am literally setting up myself to be able to sit on my ass every single day for, 4 or 5 hours, probably put in a day, and just, basically just do online arbitrage and make a ton of money that way.
In your pajamas.
In my pajamas, dude. I could sit on my freaking bed right over here and do it if I want to. But I feel better because I got a dual display, computer set up here. So it makes me feel nerdy. It reminds me of that guy who's in Thrifting Like a Rebel, who has like 8 million monitors. He looks like he's in the stock room or something. I forgot what his name is. But he's got like 8 million monitors up or whatever. I want to do that. What was it?
Nathan Rombod.
Nathan, yeah. He's got like 8 million monitors. I think it's so cool.
Yeah, he actually just set that up not too long ago. He said, you weren't in the group at the time. He dropped a pretty penny on all those monitors, and then he got it all built and set up, and it wasn't working right. And he had to have IT come out and set it up, and then he screwed something up, and he had to have them come back out. Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, that's Thrift School telling me to put more videos up. So here's the thing, guys. Go sub to my channel, Thrifting to Survive. I will do a shameless plug. Thrifting to Survive.
Description to his YouTube channel.
Yeah. So basically, obviously, like it's saying, Thrifting to Survive. Obviously, the name, but being obviously, I'm thrifting to be able to make money. That's why the name exists. But the funny thing is, thrifting is probably about 10% of my sourcing now. I made that channel when I was mainly doing thrifting. And thrifting is great. I love thrifting. The problem with thrifting is that I live in Orlando. So the problem with Florida in general is that everything is really spread out here. So to get anywhere, you have to drive literally 75 miles. I will drive like 60 miles all the way to Lakeland, Florida to go to a Weigh and Pay and like 4 other thrift stores. And that will be it. Like, we just don't have very many thrift stores over here for some reason. I don't know why. You know, people tell me to get into clothing, and I'm just like, clothing is awesome. I've helped people with closing businesses on closing, not closing businesses, but clothing businesses on eBay that are doing really great. You know, but clothing is just sitting on. You're sitting on something for a while. You know, it seems like I've tried clothing. I mean, honestly, I've seen that sweater in Michael's videos. I've been looking at that sweater for like freaking 2 months. And you know what? He's probably gonna get a lot of money for it. That's not what I'm disputing. It's just the storage, man. I'd have to rent out a storage unit to honestly do that. I'd rather just send it in FBA and forget it.
Clothing rack.
Clothing rack. Yeah. I still thrift. I made $400 today thrifting. I turned $30 into about $400 to $500 in like the span of 4 hours. It's amazing. I love it. But the problem with thrifting is that, you know, you can go to you can hit a chain of thrift stores in a specific town, and then you got to wait a week because then they don't get items for a certain amount of time. I don't hit thrift stores every day. You got to wait a week for them to regenerate their inventory and then go back out. But I love thrifting. It's a great thing. Honestly, I shop for clothing for myself at thrift stores all the time. It's great, but I'm more into pawning. Pawn shops, you can do, in my opinion, you're spending a lot more money at pawn shops, but you can get a lot bigger profit margins. Like I said with Michael, I turned $180 into $500 the other day. You know, and I've turned $1 into $1,000 on with thrifting before. It was for some business phone console thing. It was $1. I think it was $1.25 at Goodwill. Turned it into $1,000 on Amazon. It was great, but I mean, when are you gonna find items like that? Every once in a while, you're not gonna find them every time. So I mean, you know, I'd rather have you know, reliability that I'll have a good stream of items at a pawn shop than I will than I will at a thrift store. You know, you're not going to find $300 items every time you go to a thrift store. It's not. I mean, it happens sometimes.
Yep.
But I mean, it's not going to happen every time. And that's the thing to remember. I mean, that's why I'm changing the scaling of my business, because if you have a lot of thrift stores around you, like Michael has like 8 million Goodwills in his area, he's good. He's set. You know, he's probably got tons more thrift stores around him. I've got in my
ever move. My
in
wife,
my immediate.
I don't think I want to.
No, I got you. I mean, in my immediate area, I probably got about 4 Goodwills, maybe, if I want to even say that, including the weigh-in pay. I mean, if I want to travel out more, I can hit up more Goodwills, but I mean, a lot of them are just really sucky and they're really small, and I just gotten sick of going to thrift stores and not finding things. It's just a waste of my time, and I'm just not about it. I still go to thrift stores; they're fun, like I said. But I found I found 2 pop figurines brand new in the box for $5, and they're it's like it's a Legolas and it's another Lord of the Rings character, and they go for $50 each FBA. So I mean, that's a deal. I mean, it's so great. But yeah, you guys will. I'm sorry. I totally was talking about my YouTube channel and forgot where I was going with that. But yeah, so I'm gonna start putting up online arbitrage videos, how to do it. I won't be showing you guys my main sources because obviously that's not a good idea. Whenever I get asked all the time, where do you go to go online arbitraging? I do say, I mean, I do go to eBay sometimes. I lie. I go to eBay mainly as my source of arbitrage, online arbitrage. But, even with that in mind, you got to know what sells and everything. And people ask me, and I'm like, I can't tell you what sells because then you're going to come in my corner of the market. At that, I mean, I'm not going to tell you everything. I'm not going to show you my specific products and everything. I'll just maybe tell you the channels I'll go, but I'll find out. It just depends. There's a lot of places. I'm looking into buying a pallet once I get a truck, and pallet of shelf pools or something like that. That'd be cool. But just trying. I mean, the goal of all this is just to find ways to try to build and expand your business. Because you don't want to just have one source. If you just go thrifting only, I mean, think about how much. Think about how much you get from probably an average thrift trip. $300 or $400. That's not bad. But hell, I could go pawning and hit 3 or 4 pawn stores sometimes and make $1,200 within maybe 2 hours. It's so easy. You know, you just got to know how to negotiate. But even online arbitrage, I can do way better just sitting in my pajamas. You know, it's great. You just got to be willing to put out the money, willing to have, you know, put out the risk and everything. I will make videos on it though. I definitely will, on how to do it and you know what that will entail. But I love doing thrifting hauls too. I'm going to be doing thrifting hauls, pawning hauls, all that fun stuff. Show you how to pack up items. That's going to be what my channel's about. Thrifting to survive. Just to help people out, because some people like the Gilmans are blessed. They have, you know, weigh and pays that, you know, have a lot of good items. You know,
oh my God, I wish I could find a weigh and pay that was actually clean for me around here. The weigh and pay that I have is absolutely disgustingly filthy. It's like, I know people have them that they're really clean, really nice. They swap those bins out frequently, but around here, they're just gross. It's like they're filled with dirt.
Especially if you don't wear gloves at the weigh and pay too. I mean, you're putting yourself at risk for diseases and stuff. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you just got to be really careful with that kind of stuff. And I love weigh and pays. I mean, I walked in and I found $1,200 worth of media before. I think 12 is my lucky number. $1,200 is my lucky number because I'm always making that much at hauls. I mean, honestly, it's great. But no, I got to tell you about a crazy find today I found. So I went to this one thrift store. Like I was saying, this is where I found the pop figures and a couple other things that made me most of my money, oddly enough, at my thrift store. This thrift store is so stupid. It's run by, I guess, Hispanic people, which Hispanic people are awesome and everything. But I just noticed a trend. I noticed a kind of a specific, you know, pattern with Hispanic owners of thrift stores. They like anything new, shiny. They always price it really, really high. And then the stuff that actually sells better on Amazon and eBay, they always don't look that up. They always just put random prices on it. Like I found a Motorola, you know, AT&T Uverse modem today for like $12 when it goes for like $80 on FBA. You know, and you know, calculators. I found a TI-83 Plus the other day for $2. You know, and that goes for like $30 or $40 on FBA. So, I mean, but then I find a Polaroid the other day that was as is, mind you, and it was going on Amazon for like $26, and they wanted $75 for it. $75 for a damn Polaroid. I'm just like, are you kidding me?
They're probably thinking, oh, Polaroid, they're going good. So
oh yeah.
But, yeah.
That's exactly what I'm thinking. I mean,
my model number, not just any Polaroid, model number.
You know, I've seen thrift stores. I understand, you know, and thrift stores have them for like $15, $20. I get it. You know, some people will pay $15 or $20 for Polaroid, and if that's your business model, hey, good on you, man. But $75, that Polaroid has been sitting there for like a year now, and they don't care. I was like trying to talk them down on it, and they're like, no, you know, sorry, we're not gonna do that for you. And I'm just like, oh my gosh.
The fact that you could buy that exact same one on Amazon for a lot cheaper.
Oh yeah, even eBay, dude. Even eBay, you could probably find it for like $13 on eBay. But here's the thing that's funny. There was a rope swing set that they had, or a swing set that they had, and it was tied to like 300 or 500-year-old oak tree. It was a really cool swing set. It was made up of oak tree and everything like that. But it was a pretty nice, like, it's like you know, a bench, you know, set, you know, swing set. This thing. Okay. It was $25,000. $25,000. You'll see my next video. I'll put it up. Literally, they wanted $25,000 for it, and I'm like, "Are you kidding me? You're expecting me to drop a freaking Mazda RX-8, a brand new Mazda RX-8, on a freaking swing chair thing? Are you kidding me? I live Ocoee. It was a thrift store in Ocoee, and Ocoee's right outside of like Windermere and Winter Garden, which are relatively rich areas. I don't know anybody in there that would drop $25,000 on a damn swing set. I don't even know. Are these people smoking crack? I don't know. I don't know if they are or they're not.
Probably.
It's insane, but I still make money from them. They love me, awkwardly enough, because I always shop in there, and they always give me a hug, you know. That's what I love about Hispanic people, they're very thankful for your business, and I think that's really great. Here in usually more Caucasian people, they're just like whatever, oh, it's you again, whatever. They're willing to drop the price on me for things. They're willing to give me like 20% off on things. Like, they're so nice. I appreciate that. They just think everything they can charge you an arm and a leg for everything, and it's totally okay, and people will pay for it. And it's like, no. That dream.
My favorite Goodwill used to be my least favorite, but when they completely changed the entire staff, the store manager, Matt, when he first got in there, he saw me, and I just stopped. I talked to him. I was like, I'm here all the time. Good to see new faces. And I told him the issues I used to have with that Goodwill. He was like, I'm glad you kept coming in. We are going to completely change everything. And he did. And every time he sees me, he knows who I am. He knows I drop money there all the time. And sometimes he'll just walk up, see, hang on, I can do better than that price there. Goes, grabs a sticker, drops the price on me. It's like,
oh yeah.
Having him. I love having that Goodwill.
The important thing, I'm sorry, I hate to cut you off and everything. I'm so bad with that. But yeah, I mean, the important thing is, if you really want to make money in this business, you got to develop relationships. Most importantly, I develop pawn relationships. These people know me all the time. I'm always willing to drop the green. I will drop cash. If you want to do pawning and everything, you got to drop cash on the table. If you do credit or whatever, they will hate you because they have to charge. They have to charge like, I think it's like 2% or 3% for credit card fees and everything, and then they got to pay 6.5%, sales tax and everything. Some of them don't like doing that. Some of them just take the money and put it in their pocket. Some of them don't follow the rules and they don't care. So it's just like, you just got to develop relationships in this business. I mean, I can walk into a store and be like, that Keurig's $45. Will you get give it to me for $20? And they're like, yeah, definitely, and they'll do it for me. Pawning can definitely make relationships and everything. Going out, and actually getting to know the people. Honestly, don't just name out a price or whatever. Get to know them. How's your day going? Stuff like that. It seems little. It seems like whatever. Like, they don't care, but a lot of them do care. Sometimes they ask me, "Are you a reseller?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm a reseller." And they're like, "Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Here's some great deals on some things. Establish with them, level with them. They're people too. And if you treat them like they're people, they'll treat you well. They'll treat you well. That's what I tell people, because they get scared of pawning. They're like, "Oh no, I want to stay in my thrifting corner because it's safe and everything, and I don't have to pay very much for something." These people are honest and nice too. And I made a lot of pawning, a lot of money pawning. So I mean, it's honestly just a great thing, guys. You can ask questions too if you have any questions in the YouTube chat. I'm sorry, I talk so much. Literally, my biggest complaint when I go on a date with a girl is that I talk too much. And that's awkward because I usually go to youth group or something like that, and girls will be talking about how awkward it was when they go out with a boy and he doesn't say anything. I have the opposite of the problem. I don't shut the hell up. So it
happens.
Oh yeah. Now I'm so OCD. I gotta organize my wallet. Got all this cash going. Bleh. You see, I just love showing off cash because I'm really into hip hop music when they're just they're taking their $20 bills or whatever and they're just dropping it like, oh yeah, got so much money when it's all rented.
Yep.
All right. Let's just hear Michael's input.
Like nobody's business. You've got me covered in cat hair. Why are you still here?
Oh my gosh.
Like, because you're my person.
Yeah, no, it's hard though because my bank card actually got hacked this week.
Dude.
Yeah, not good. I have a debit card too, so it's like it's not good. But it was some beauty site that got my card number, and it was in Waterbury, Connecticut, and I'm like, I have never been to Waterbury, Connecticut at all, so that's quite odd. But SunTrust is a great bank. They're understanding of it. They're going to dispute the charge and get me a new card and everything, so it's great. But I have cash. So.
I've had my PayPal, my eBay and PayPal account hacked, and that was not pretty. They literally cleared me out of hundreds, and it took me an entire night to get them to realize that I got it straightened out, that it wasn't me. And it took about, how long did it take to get our money back, hon? Like 2-3 weeks. Yeah. It was a while before I finally got my money back, but I did get my money back.
Yeah, I have a bunch of I've heard of PayPal fraud before, but more than that, I've heard PayPal actually being the fraud people themselves. PayPal has in their end user agreement, if you look closely, if you don't follow any certain rules or whatever, they can actually charge $2,500 to your account. And if you don't pay that, they will garnish your money. That's why I'm scared of PayPal, because PayPal can also bite you. It's a horse that bites. Oh yeah, I have friends that will do Gumroad, tutorials and stuff like that, and they do something wrong or whatever. They I don't know. They put in something wrong, like a wrong birth date or something like that. They'll do something little, and then PayPal will charge them $2,500. It's crazy. And they have the ability to do that, the legal right to do that. So whenever I get money in PayPal, I always export it, because I don't trust my money sitting in PayPal for very long at all.
I'd actually rather have my money sitting in PayPal.
Yeah, I don't trust it as much. I understand, but it's not my thing. But check out the YouTube questions. No. Thrift school. I don't go to. I don't live in Connecticut. Somebody hacked my credit card. I live in Florida, Orlando, Florida. But somebody hacked my credit card in Waterbury, Connecticut. They went on a shopping spree. It was only like $7 or something like that, but they used my credit card number to do it. But still, yeah. So I have to get a new one. But yeah. You Waterbury people, you're crooks down there. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, but I'm looking for a sourcing vehicle right now. Oh yeah. Wow, that's weird. Maybe somebody in your area is trying to take from me. I don't know. But yeah, I'm looking for a sourcing vehicle right now. Guys, let me know in the chat, what kind of sourcing vehicle do you use? Do you use like a truck? Do you use SUV? I know Michael, you use a van, right?
Yep.
A minivan? Yeah. Now, what kind of mileage do you get on that baby?
I think I got about 30 miles a gallon.
30 miles a gallon? That's not bad. I get like 18 on my Lexus.
Ouch.
Yeah, it's awful. Well, see, the thing is, my dad's a doctor, so he gave me a car he gave me his old car that he's not using. So it's like luxury and everything. It's nice and everything. But it's like 18 miles a gallon, and sometimes it's 15 miles a gallon in the city, and it's just awful. It's of course automatic and everything, but it's just I feel so bad because it's like really, really nice inside, and then I just fill it with shit all day from thrift stores. So it's like this thing was meant to drive executives around and everything, and I'm using it to put shit in it. It just doesn't make sense. Subaru Apex. I've heard a lot of great things about Subarus, honestly.
I had a Subaru Forester, and I loved it to death. Literally, the engine blew. I was sad when that happened, because that was like one of the best vehicles
one of the
ever.
best cars, but now we don't fit in a Subaru Forester. It's not big enough for the family and the thrifting and the hauling and all that stuff.
Yeah,
I got you.
You gotta have a van.
For us, it's no longer big enough, but for you, it would be excellent.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, for me personally though, I'm going for a truck. Honestly, I need bed space. Like I said, I'm going to be getting a pallet sit. I'm going to try to get pallets from auctions, and I need a truck with a big bed space.
I know Caesar, when he buys pallets, he goes out, he rents a truck, drives out to pick those items up, and he loads up that truck with like 3 and 4 pallets. And then he'll take it home and pop that for like a month, and then do that again.
Box truck?
Yeah.
Yeah. The problem is I'm not legal to rent a box truck at all. I'm under 21. I'd have to literally pay somebody to drive me there, drive me back. I'd still be worth it. I mean, you get some money from pallets. You just got to know how to do it right. And some stores even let you cherry pick things, so it's good. But yeah, I mean, it's important to have a good sourcing vehicle, definitely, because obviously, I know Raikin gets around in you know, people like Raikin and Profit get around in like a little Hyundai, coupe car, and you know, a sedan car rather, and that's pretty good. But I mean, I'd rather have the bed space. Honestly. Yeah, 25 to rent. Yeah, I figured. Yeah, that's why I'd rather just have a truck myself, because honestly, I just want to be able to, you know. The only bad thing about having a truck is I live in Florida, so it rains on the drop of a hat. So if I'm taking an FBA shipment to, like, say UPS, and it starts raining, oh shit, like that would suck. That's why I'm trying to get. That's why. No clue how he fits shit. Now I know thrift school. I saw him on a 30-day adventure. He had like 4 freaking hotel carts worth of stuff. Like, it's crazy. It's insane. We have not talked about Q4 at all during this whole video series. This is so bad. You're gonna need to rechange the title to talking about Q4, then everything about reselling. We just don't like sticking on one subject, Michael. That's okay. That's okay.
We are all like that. We are all random. It always happens.
There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I don't know how he fits his crap in the Hyundai though. I could never work with the sedan. The stuff I get, it would fit. Oh my gosh, it would never work out for me. But yeah, I'm definitely looking at getting a truck probably. Also, they have these things. Talk about Q4. I need to learn. It's my first Q4. Thrift school. What kind of stuff do you have in your inventory for Q4? Do you have anything? I guess we'll take user comments now.
There's a 20-second delay, so you got to give it a moment.
No, you're fine. It's fine. 20 seconds later.
Just don't stop listing. Constantly buy stuff. That's what I do. I still have plenty to list, and when I took my wife to her karate class, we went to Goodwill.
Right.
And bought stuff.
Oh yeah. I love going to Goodwill. I love going to Walmart, going to the clearance section. Oh, 140 items. That's not bad. That's not bad. Are you using eBay or Amazon as a main selling channel? They're cool. But anyways, like it's so fun. Honestly, I treat arbitrage, like retail arbitrage, as just something fun to do. I'll go into Walmart because I need to buy groceries or whatever, and I'll just peer into the clearance section, and I found scales and I found these Keurig cup holder things the other day, and I mean I made $200 just walking into Walmart, paid for all my groceries and everything, obviously, so that's great. But that's the fun thing about reselling. I mean, it's just fun. It took me about 5 minutes. I could just throw the stuff into my cart, looked it up on Amazon real quick, and hey, I paid for all my groceries. It's honestly it's an amazing thing. But yeah.
School, try getting some more stuff on eBay, because I know every time I get around 250 items, I start having a whole bunch of sales. So try balancing it out, or just getting more items up on eBay, because I know that's my main source of income, and 2, that's always fast money. And
right.
I love fast money.
Right. eBay, I like eBay a lot. We can talk about the difference between eBay and Amazon if you want. I like eBay and Amazon. I like eBay and Amazon both for what they are. If anything, eBay I will use for specifically parts or pieces or things I don't feel like creating listings for on Amazon. If they don't have listings, I'll throw on eBay because it's just easier. But the problem with eBay is you can really hold on to items for a while, which really sucks. And it's not fun in that sense, because then it's just like, oh, now I've got to hold on to these items forever, and you find yourself dropping the prices and everything, and then all of a sudden it's just like, oh, I mean, I made no money on that because I was holding on to it for 3 months. And some people like doing that. I just don't. I like sending it into Amazon. I don't have to worry about it. It's gone, out of here. They take their 30, 40%, whatever, but I'm still in profit. I still account for that. So I'm all good at the end of the day. You know, it's just I don't know. I love giving it to Amazon to do all that with. It sucks waiting 2 weeks to get your payment though. eBay, like, yeah, Thrift School says eBay is instant money. It is. I love it. I mean, it's great, and I've never had a problem with PayPal at all, really. Specifically, I don't think. You know, Amazon FBA though, like, you know, the bad thing is that for somebody who spends so much money every week, I probably spend $1,200 to $2,000 a week right now, and I plan to obviously scale that up to, like, eventually I want to spend like $10,000 a week in product sourcing. You know, that's a lot, but still, you know, with spending that much, it's gonna be fun to write that then on my taxes. But, like, you know, if you really need some money,
taxes this year.
Oh gosh, I'm gonna have to do my taxes because with that much money that's coming in and coming out, IRS is gonna get on my butt. So it's a good thing I invested in software to help me with that. But with FBA, yeah, that's the big downfall. But honestly, the great thing about FBA though is you get a really big paycheck at the end of the week, which I love. And at the end of that 2 weeks, you get like $2,000 in your account, which is great.
It is nice and nerve-wracking at the same time because you get that paycheck from Amazon and that's got to last you 2 weeks. It's kind of like a paycheck. You got to wait that long. Luckily, I get paid from Amazon here, then the next week I get paid for my job, then the next week I get paid from Amazon, then the next week I get paid for my job. So I get paid every week. It's just different dollar amounts.
Right. And that's the thing about Amazon. You got to budget for that. I personally have a little pseudo budget that I have just on my list of things. I'll set aside like $50 to $100 for supplies, a certain amount of money for gas, a certain amount of money for how much I'm going to actually use to source, stuff like that. I'll always have emergency money too, because I don't have a business account. I have a separate business bank account at all. So my personal funds is my sourcing fund. So you need to take off?
Nope.
Okay. But yeah, I mean, it's like I will take a little bit of that money. I'll save a little bit of it. I know I kind of have a mental way of knowing kind of how I budget my money in my bank account. So I'll just write it down and everything. So I'll use, like, if I made $1,000, I'll take $500 from that. And I'll save the $500. I'll put that in my checking account, and then another $500 I'll use. $500 in the savings account, and then I'll take another $500, and that'll be my sourcing budget. And then I'll put that in my checking account so that I can use that.
School. I actually am the pizza delivery guy. I actually take my tip money that I get from working, and most of the time that is my thrifting budget. So that way I can just take all my tips and go, okay, it's gas money and thrifting money. And after a while, you have so much stuff, and it's like, okay, well, I'll just take my tip money and pay a bill until I get all this stuff listed. I just love to deliver pizza. It's just fun. I know it's not for everybody, but it's fun. That's all I can say. Yes, we do. My best day delivering pizza ever was $236 in one night.
It's not bad.
Yes, I would make more if I focused all my efforts onto thrifting, but it's also nerve-wracking. If I quit my job and I do this exclusively, then what about those times where you don't have any money coming in, where there's no sales, no nothing? Because I had a really bad summer. For some reason, I wasn't making hardly any money all summer. It was really scary. So I was glad I still had my job, but at the same time, I got to list more, but I'm out of money to go buy more items to list. Okay, back to the old way of how I used to do it. I actually should do a video about how I used to do it the old way and show people how fun and scary it was to do it the old way.
Right, and that's why I love Amazon so much, because usually if there's a problem with Amazon, I know why there's a problem with Amazon. I haven't sold anything this last week. Like literally that week that I showed you, like that was literally all last week. I made that $1,300 or $1,400 in all in 1 week, which is great. Probably about $1,000 of that was FBA itself. $400 I'll say was probably merchant fulfilled. So that was good. But the thing is that I know with Amazon FBA, if I'm not making any money, I know why. It's because I haven't sent anything in or I have stranded listings. Whenever I fix either of those two problems, I have tons of stuff flying off the shelves. Like, it's great.
You can make that much, but that particular day, that was a working open to close shift. And that doesn't happen all that much, but there are times where, let's see here. Average on a Friday, I'd say I probably make about 120. During the week, if I work on during the week, I'd make anywhere from 30 to, I'd say probably 90 on a weekday. It kind of depends, especially if there's a sports game on.
Right. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking about pizza delivery and driving for a while too, but I mean, it puts a lot of wear on your car.
It does.
So you gotta put, you gotta be okay with that. So I'd get a crappy car probably and just beat the crap out of it. That's probably a good idea. But I mean, I just make so much money pawning and thrifting. It's just like, it's not even worth it, honestly. It's just more worth it to honestly just, I mean, go out and go pawning and, make, $500 in like 2 hours. And, I mean, that's way easier than, I don't know. I just hate working, honestly. Like, working a 9-to-5 job. Ever since I've quit mine, I've just been so happy. Not to gloat or anything. I'm not trying to. I'm just saying I hated that so much. It was just a pain in my butt. So
no, don't put my hand out after delivering and say tip. They pay for the item, and sometimes they'll be like, hold on, let me go get your tip. Or after a while, it's, all right, here you go. My total is $24.95. Okay, well, here's $25. Keep the change. How to piss off the pizza guy. Yeah. Don't piss off the pizza guy, because we remember who tips and who doesn't. Trust me, you don't want to be that guy.
Gonna put like a worm in their pizza next time or something.
No, if we have an order where the person who is constantly going to tip $5 or $10 every single time, and your order comes up first and you constantly don't tip, well, I'm gonna take the pizza to the guy who tips $5 or $10 every single time before I take the pizza to the guy who's going to stiff me every single time. That's
a good point.
Yeah,
they should make pizza delivery gratuities automatic. Like,
well, I automatically get $1 for every delivery, and that's just where I work. Some places give less, some places give more. But I know where I work, $1. It's like what, $1.10 for what I get. But I don't really count that 10 cents because come on, it's 10 cents.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just hope I never have to work again with this whole thrifting thing going on. I mean, thrifting, pawning thing, and online arbitrage. I'm just like,
well, you're nice and young. You've got time ahead of you.
Oh yeah, and I'm living with my parents right now too, so it's easy. It's just, I mean, I don't know what it's like to obviously live on my own and everything, have a family. So I completely understand why you're doing what you're doing. Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I love what I'm doing right now. I'm happy. So hopefully I don't have to do that. But if I did have to work, I would probably be a pizza delivery driver, because that's probably, that sounds like a really easy job.
It is, especially once you learn some basics like how to read a map, or after you've been doing it for so long, you can just look at the address, go, okay, I know where that's at. It's nerve-wracking when you have a new manager come in, be like, okay, this says this grid and this says this grid, so it's right next to it. It's like, yeah, but the addresses aren't close. It's like, how do you know? It's like, well, here's the two grids. Yes, they're next to each other. Well, this address is on this side of the grid, and this address is this side of the grid. That's a 5-mile difference. They don't work. I don't care if the grid is right next to each other. It's too far apart. No.
Right.
nerve-wracking sometimes. And they're like, oh, okay, well, how do you know that? It's like, because this is where I feel bad sometimes. Like, I've been here for 10 years. I know this map like the back of my hand. And they're like, why are you working here for this long? I thought you wouldn't. Don't most people leave after so long? It's like, yeah, but I just do this because I enjoy it. It's fun.
There you go.
If you don't enjoy what you're doing, you probably should find something else unless you're making more money than God.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, honestly, I'd rather be doing something that I enjoy doing. If I didn't enjoy doing this and I enjoyed doing pizza delivery more than this, I would totally do pizza delivery. I mean, you have good and bad days with the stuff you kind of love doing and stuff like that, and I get that. I just don't. I love this too much, though. This is just so easy. I love it.
Esther, yes, you can use GPS, but there's also a lot of times GPS is wrong. It's like there's people going, oh, I can deliver pizza. I've got GPS. It's like, okay, what are you doing when the GPS is wrong? It's like, never wrong. Okay, plug in this address. Tell me where it's at. And they're like, okay. They plug it in. It's like, well, it says it's over here. It's like, okay, that's not it. Like, are you sure? It's like, yeah, I'm sure. It's over there, not over there. It's like, how do you know this? It's like, don't ask.
I've been doing this for years. Yeah.
It bothers some people.
Oh yeah, I got
Challenge of, ooh, that's an address I haven't been to. I gotta go there.
Yeah, I know it takes a while to get acquainted with everything too. So I've heard for that kind of stuff. So I mean, yeah, I'm glad I'm doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
I hate driving too because I mean my mother's mother and who would be my aunts also got killed in an accident by a couple drunk drivers. So I've always been scared of cars. So I mean that's just me, but
I'm just wondering if I'm going to continue delivering pizza if I get robbed again.
That's right, you got robbed?
Yeah, a few times.
That's not fun.
It's just one of the things that comes with the job.
They reimburse you, right?
Oh, the money that as long as I'm only carrying my bank and whatever the money is for that delivery. Like if I had 2 runs, it would be the money that I had for those 2 runs. If
Gotcha.
I had all my money for the whole day, then I'm screwed out of the rest of that money.
They don't pay you back for that?
I'm not supposed to be carrying it, so no.
Oh, wow. Gotcha. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm just going through my eBay listings, and because there's so many things I listed on eBay, and then I just because I'm too lazy to throw them up on Amazon for some reason, and they're just going for more on eBay than they are. They're going for more on Amazon than they are on eBay. So it's just like I don't know why I did this.
And you got me thinking about eBay. I'm curious how something I listed today is doing. The hero clicks video that I made, I did a lot of 209 hero clicks, and I did it for an auction, and it's already got 3 watchers.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, there's some people that go ape shit over that kind of stuff too. So
well, the last time I did lots, it was each lot sold for like $80-$90, and it's looking because I didn't really count how many he gave me. I just estimated from what he gave me last time and what it looks like this time. That first lot is 209. Well, where is that bag?
What? By the way, what best offer did you take on the? Hold on. What was that? What was the last thing you sold on eBay?
The last thing that I sold.
Or was that an offer that you got? What was the cha-ching? There was a cha-ching I heard from you.
That was a Harry Potter Wizard's chess piece. The Bishop. My last, I've got, this thing was filled to the top with hero clicks. Well, we did
A little keeping over.
Yeah, it was just barely heaping over. There is now this many in here. So that was 209. Yeah, that's going to be scary.
Oh my lord.
Yeah, it is.
And that's like not even half of the HeroClix in the apartment. There's still more in other places.
Yeah. I'm scared. I'm really scared. It will take a while, but I'm wondering if I want to try and start doing lots auctions all at once and try and keep all the HeroClix separated. But yeah, that's definitely nerve-wracking.
Yeah, Sony's upset she didn't get to help, set up the table again today. I got her all ready for it too. I showed her how she was supposed to do it and everything. And she was all like, Daddy, I come down so I can get to this. And I'm like, oh no.
Well, she got to help put up the first lot. I'll probably do the next lot maybe tomorrow. Maybe.
Yeah, Nestor, that's what I said. Wait till you get into your first car accident. Like, that's... Yeah.
I've got insurance. I've been good. I've only had one minor car accident the entire time I've been driving. And that was when I was driving to the auto shop because I had an issue with my car and my tire literally flew off my car.
Oh, wait, you're forgetting about the electrical short in the Sunfire where we totaled it when the
Going 10 miles an hour.
She did going 10 miles an hour and we totaled that sucker.
Yeah, I was driving down the road and my tire flew straight up into the air, like 10 feet in the air, and came crashing down on somebody else's car. Luckily, I was not on the clock. Oh, Nestor means you, Ian.
What?
Because you're scared of cars.
I'm scared.
Yeah, I said I'm scared of cars. I just, it's not, no, I just don't like cars a lot. They're just not good. But they help you get places, but they're just, I'm happy when I'm out of the car.
I'm at peace when I'm driving, delivering pizza, because you got a nice long drive to wherever you're going, or even if you're going right around the corner. I'm not sitting in one place doing something repetitively over and over and over again. I played manager there for a while and I hated it. It was, yes, I know what to do. I know how to do it. I'm in charge of everything, everyone, and blah, blah, blah. You go nuts because you're not leaving. You're not going anywhere. I don't know if I could do a standard 9-to-5 job anymore.
No, screw that. I would no. It's so hard. It's so hard. I used to work a job at McDonald's, Publix, and a shoe store. Publix, by the way, is a supermarket down here in Orlando, and I just hated it. It was so stressful. Our managers were always going out of their ways to make our lives a living hell. Like literally, I'd be bringing carts in or whatever, and my manager would just find ways to mess with me. He would, he would take the carts, and I'd take carts, and I bring them all the way up, and then he'd kick them out because my store's on a hill. So he'd take the cart and he'd be like, let me see it, and then he pushes it back down the hill and makes me go grab it again. It's like pushing a ball up a mountain for a second and then just to watch it fall back down again. That's exactly what he did to me. He did that to me all the time and thought it was so funny. All the other employees laughed at it too, and I'm just like, "Are you kidding me?" Needless to say, all of the employees hated him. Really, I mean, it was just awful. But it was just the tip of the iceberg of what this guy did. I hated that. Went to a shoe job, and literally, I'm not even kidding you. All my customers at that shoe job were Brazilian. I could not speak one word of Brazilian, or I'm sorry, Portuguese as they call it. I couldn't speak one word of it, so I never got anything done. So I just quit. I said, I'm done working 9 to 5. I'm going to work as hard as I can on my Amazon business, and I'm not going to look back. And I haven't. And I haven't been working for Journeys for 5 months now, and I've been able to pay my gas, phone bill, all that fun stuff. And I hope to be in an apartment complex paid for by myself and my insurance and everything in my car. I hope to be doing that all by next year.
Cool.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just trying to find ways to advance myself, honestly.
Yeah, I think we started because I wasn't making enough money with my job, and
We started because you kept getting laid off from Amazon.
Yeah.
Good night.
All right. Good night.
Oh, you got laid off from Amazon?
I was working there through a temp agency, and the temp agency would only have you for so long, and I was doing too many things all at once to try and make extra money, and it just wasn't working. But I was doing eBay a little bit here, a little bit there, and it's like, okay, let's see if I can figure this out. And started figuring it out, and doing more and more eBay, and been making so much money with eBay that, of course, you got to go hardcore like we do in order to make the money.
Right. By the way, how's my microphone doing? Is it okay? I moved my air conditioner a little bit.
I can hear it just a little bit.
Okay. Just go ahead and do that. How's that?
Better.
Better. Okay, good. Yeah, I like I said, my AC's out, so I'm literally surviving on these 2 Homedics fans here to keep me cool. I'm already sweating still, but I'm here for you guys because we're, talking about Q4. Not really talking about Q4. We're talking more about reselling and stuff, but that's okay because, that's what it's all about, going from topic to topic.
Done over. I like to keep it at an hour, but it always happens. So you just keep going and going.
You know what? Until we find nothing to talk about, I think we're doing good right now. Yeah, I do pretty much exclusively Goodwill Outlet. Yeah, Nestor, how is your luck with the Goodwill Outlet? Because I know it's hit or miss. I've heard Resell Ronan. He said that it's been great for him.
The Gilmans use
he's
it
found
all
some
the
good stuff.
time.
Gilmans didn't have a Goodwill Outlet. They had Idaho Youth Ranch Outlet.
I wish there was a good one close to me because like I said, the one I have, it's almost like they've just pour a whole bunch of dirt on top of everything, and it's mostly junk. And I found a few DVDs once upon a time. I found a few books, and that's kind of what got me going with books. And I did not know at the time. I picked it up just because it was cool. I did not know that Mr. T wrote a book. Be Somebody or Be Somebody's Fool. And I actually did pretty well with that book as an auction.
Right.
And I was happy. That's what really got me going with. That was when I was starting to figure out buy from Goodwill to sell on eBay.
Put 2 and 2 together, yeah.
Yeah, that was the very first of buying to sell. Okay, so I don't have to go digging in a dumpster. I don't have to go shopping on the Craigslist free section. I don't have to go looking around here and there for all this random junk to make pittance over. But at least that pittance was all profit. Yeah.
Right.
I'll say this, one of the first people that I actually subscribed to on YouTube was Scrapparella, because she was doing what I was already doing, except she was doing it the next level.
Right.
Like, she was the one that actually got me really going. It's like, I tried doing the scrapping, but around here, scrapping metal is not worth it. I've tried it. I've taken over 100 pounds worth of scrap metal to a scrap yard, and I got $12. My van was full, and I got $12. I decided then it wasn't worth my time.
Oh, of course not. Of course not. I know people. I know a lot of people do that too. Like, I know a guy that runs his own mechanic business out of his garage, and he'll get brake rotors and he'll get batteries and he'll trade them in. And the brake rotors, he'll have like 200 pounds of brake rotors, and he'll get like maybe $20 for it, $30 for it, maybe. Like, it's nothing. But then he'll trade in this big old battery, and he'll get like $20 for it. And it's like,
Yeah,
what?
battery, they give about $20 per battery.
Yeah.
Per battery.
I mean, it makes sense.
I don't know what is about car batteries that they pay so much for, but I don't complain.
Don't complain.
Car battery that's free.
They recycle probably the plastic casing and probably the lead inside of it. That's probably what they do.
Probably. They are safe about the battery acid.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm just looking at some of the things. Yeah. I'm just trying to fix my listings and reprice everything that I need to.
Yeah, I actually need to start cleaning these parts I picked up. I've never found a magic bullet before, and I did today. Well, actually, no, I did find one before, but it was only the main unit, not a whole bunch of parts. And this time I found a magic bullet with a whole bunch of parts. And I know that there is money there, but I don't know anything about it, so I figured I'll just go ahead and figure it out, because I know the blade alone I'll get probably like $15 out of. It's around here somewhere.
Right.
There it is. Yeah, I saw another listing where the blade alone was going for 15, but I don't know anything about these things. And these things are absolutely filthy, so I need to clean them up.
You sell it for parts, or are you selling it as a whole unit?
Parts. I just do better with parts. I don't know what it is, but I always do better with parts.
Yeah, I mean, I that's why I love eBay, because parts always sell for me. No problem. Never had a problem with parts. Always though. I mean, it's just not fun to deal with, in my opinion, at least. I like selling electronics.
2 parts off of me, and he left me an item not as described, and he left me glowing feedback. And it's like, come on, why are you doing this to me? So I actually called eBay on it, and they said, why would he leave you 1-star feedback and 1 star for the item not as described, but leave you glowing feedback? No, this isn't right. They removed it. So
Yeah.
if you have issues like that, call eBay.
Yeah, they do that sometimes. I don't know why. I mean, they're just, yeah. I mean, I had this person the other day. They bought a Panasonic OmniVision VCR from me, and it apparently Amazon shipped it really badly. So they left me bad feedback on Amazon, but they didn't return it. They said they threw it away. They threw away the VCR and kept the remote. And they left me bad feedback for it. I'm like, are you kidding me? It was fulfilled by Amazon, so I can go ahead and get that taken off. But still,
okay. I'd say, yeah, they should have taken that off, and they probably should have let you keep the money for it, because you didn't get your item back.
Yeah. They didn't take any money from it or whatever either. They just, the guy just threw it away. So it's like, okay, well, I don't know what to do here.
I'm actually having, I hate to say it, but I'm now having a problem with the Panasonic OmniVisions. They're not moving, and I haven't had any new ones in a while. It's like,
they're not moving very well.
It's like I'm starting to send them all off to FBA, because I sent some in last month and they sold almost instantly, because Amazon said that you can send in the VCRs without remote. It's like, can I talk to your supervisor, because I've had 3 other reps tell me that you can't. I've had one before say that I can, and I was still leery. So I want to talk to your supervisor to make sure that I actually can do it. And he said, my supervisor is listening in on this conversation right now, and he's giving me the thumbs up. And it's like, okay, then I will go ahead and send these in. And he's like, just make sure you put in that description that this does not come with the remote. It's like, okay. Because I was having to spend like anywhere from $15 to $30 on a remote just to send it in FBA. But then they sit there with the remote for a while. But they would always sell for more with the remote when they sell. I think I've still got 1 or 2 more in there with the remote.
And they sell faster.
No. Or without remote, they sell faster.
With remote, they sell faster. No, I disagree.
I had them sitting in there with remote, and they were just sitting and sitting. I think I had one sit there for like 7 months before it finally sold.
Yeah, I mean, it sold pretty fast. I mean, they sold new open box. Now it's new. That's why. Sealed. Yeah. I'm just sorry. I'm just getting my eBay listing up. Amazon listing up. What am I saying? Blah, blah, blah. Words and stuff. Yeah, no, I'm fixing some stranded listings right now. So
I've got a small stack of DVD players, CD players, and a VCR that I have plans that I want to send into FBA, but the weather has not been nice lately, so I haven't been able to get those out the door. I've got a nice collection of stuff, and I finally did what I've been thinking about for a while. So I started listing them as merchant fulfilled until I was able to send them in FBA. Well, I finally had something sell as merchant fulfilled. It's like, oh my God, how do I ship this thing as merchant fulfilled? I haven't done it in so long.
You gotta call upon the angels, and they'll send down something to help you out. Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
How do I ship?
I mean, ship it how you ship any other item.
Yeah, but I didn't know where to go in Amazon. As okay, where do I go to click and print the shipping label? Oh, there we go. Okay, yeah, that's easy. There we go. All right. I hate the fact that you also have to put in the box dimensions.
Right. Yeah. I mean, you gotta. I mean, I have to put in the box dimensions with eBay all the time, so I don't mind it. All these listings are stranded. I don't know why. Yeah, I just gotta edit them. Oh my gosh! But yeah, I mean, I'm really happy about Q4. Q4 is going really well. Once my shipment gets in, I'm sure I'm gonna sell a bunch of items and everything. It's gonna be good. But yeah, I mean, new items are probably the best to send into FBA. If you have to, you can send used items in. Used items are fine too, depending on the item. You're going to be sitting on them for a lot longer than you will new items. Some people just love new items. I don't know what it is, but they just love it.
I don't know why it is like that, but they do.
Yeah, I mean, I mostly get pre-owned items, unless it's like something special. Like I love. I'm going to go ahead and get myself a Nintendo DS probably for Christmas for myself. Just as a reward, and I'm gonna buy that brand new. So I understand, because I just, I want it new because I want the whole experience and everything. But I mean, I honestly, pre-owned is probably the best way to go. So you just get, I mean, it's been used before, but I mean, I got a pre-owned label printer. I got pre-owned everything, and I don't have problems with it usually. How many people we have watching us right now? Three people.
Well, we had 12 at one point.
Oh, okay. They probably got bored because they talked so much.
I think because it got long. We're at, what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, that's not bad still.
Coming up on 2 hours.
Yeah. Let's see how we can keep this, how long we can keep this fucker going.
I got work to do.
No, I understand. But yeah, Q4 is going good. One funny thing about FBA, I actually sent in an item to a wrong location, and they're freaking out about it. I sent a CD that was supposed to go to Pencil.
I don't know how much you know about the plug and plays. I picked this up at Salvation Army for $5. They're going for $50 on Amazon. I don't know why they're going for $50, but the rank is actually pretty low. I've got 3 of them. I've got them listed as merchant fulfilled until I get them sent in.
What's the name of it?
This one is Wheel of Fortune, 2nd edition. If you want it, the UPC number is 03989703567.
Okay. Yeah, let's talk about some of the finds we found this week. I think it's pretty good. It'd be pretty good if we can do that.
Okay, well then what I picked up today, where did I put it? Actually, where did I put it?
I don't know where you put it.
Quite literally. Oh, here we go. ACDC T-shirt, Live Nation.
Oh, that thing's gonna sell. That thing's gonna sell really fast. Yeah, those things go really, really fast. Any band T-shirts, from what I know.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, I would do shirts. Like I said, it's just a pain to get into. It's just Jiffy. Oh, yeah. I saw that on your FBA listing.
Yep.
How are those going for you?
Oddly enough, they're not moving yet, but they also got there a couple weeks ago. But I figure they're going to start moving with Thanksgiving right around the corner.
Yeah, give it some time. They'll move. Especially with those items. I mean, I have some beauty items that I'm still waiting on to sell. I had an item that I got from Walmart, and like it was a fitness thing, and I turned 20 into 40 with it, and I only made $10 from them, and those things sold in like literally a week. I don't know. I have no freaking clue why. They all went to like Europe and everything, and apparently a bunch of different places, which was really, really funny. But they sold really fast, so I gotta go replenish that once I get some money. Have you heard about the Amazon loans, by the way?
Amazon what?
The Amazon loans they're giving out?
I've heard about it. I'm not going to do it.
No.
I don't like taking loans out for anything.
Oh gosh, no.
Like
I was wondering if you heard it. Because they're doing that now, and I'm just like, oh, that'd be good in theory, but I mean, the interest is probably really crazy on this.
I know a couple of resellers that did it, and they said it worked well for them, but I didn't ask for any specifics on it.
Right. Yeah, I mean,
Not want to go there.
I think you're right. Just stay away from loans. Loans are not a good thing. I mean, if you have to go to your friends and family, it's probably better. But don't ever go for loans. Loans are just, I mean, unless you need to pay your bills real fast.
The problem with me is nobody I'm related to has money. Everybody comes to me. That's the problem I have. The person I was able to go to was my dad, and he's not in the same state anymore.
Right.
I always wait till like the last minute. If I have to borrow money, it's like I will wait till the very last day. And it's okay, I need money like right this second. How do I do it? What do I have to do?
We're gonna die, guys. We need money.
Yep.
We're gonna starve. We need money. Money's needed. Put the meat on the table. No, I completely understand. I hope to never have to be in that situation too. I mean, you got to do what you got to do, but I mean, I would not. That's why I love doing what I'm doing, because hopefully, if I do it right, I won't have to worry about that. I mean, it's that. But yeah, I'm probably gonna need to get off of here real quick, because not real quick, but I'm probably gonna need to get off of here because I'm falling asleep.
All right, well, I think that's a good stopping point, so I think we can go ahead and cut the show now.
Yeah.
I hope everybody enjoyed it, and yes, I'm going to put Ian's channel in the description down below, so don't forget, like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below.
Have a good one, guys.